Hello, very nice to meet you. Hope you're doing well. To jump into it here, this is your very first acting role. So, did anyone out there give you any tips or advice for jumping into this?
No, I kind of just jumped in. I think I didn't want to think too hard about it or overthink. I just kind of went into it, and thankfully, everybody on the team from the Willoughbys was there, and Chris Pern, who was like the guy behind all of this, was there guiding me. So it was good. It was helpful to have him there for sure.
What would you say is the most surprising thing about the voice acting process? Is there anything that made you think, like, I can't believe that's how they do that?
Yeah, a bunch of different things. I mean, first of all, how long it takes. I didn't know that it took, well, I mean, in my case, 3 years to film just a 2 hour movie, which is crazy because it's constantly evolving and changing. But also, I mean, there's like little things like when like Jane had to eat, I was like literally eating like sandwiches and like the more noise, the better. So you're just kind of like slobbering on a mic to get like the perfect sound, which is kind of funny. But like a bunch of little things like that, or how many times you have to say a line. Like you'll say one line and you have to say it like 20 different times. But I love that process. I think it's fun.
So, it took you 3 years to record what you needed for this. What were you recording at the beginning of that process compared to the end? Is it just, filling in little things here or there by the end, or is it something that goes with adjusting their animation?
I mean, it depends. At times I was, I mean, through like the end of the process, they already had some animation done. So at that point, I was kind of recording to picture and sort of like filling in what she was doing. And then in the beginning, obviously there wasn't any animation. So it was just sort of me shaping the character, shaping her voice. I think her age changed. I believe she started out as like 7 and now she's 12. So my voice, even just my own voice in 3 years kind of changed. So it sort of evolved. And then by the end, I was fine tuning and tweaking her lines to fit what she is now.
What was it like working with Chris on her personality transformation throughout the movie? Because one of my absolute favorite parts is when she first meets Nanny, and even things that aren't necessarily part of the voice performance, but just when you see her pick up Nanny's mannerisms in the background, is
Yeah.
that something that you guys just have to talk through? Or was there any opportunity to maybe work with Maya and see what she was doing and then kind of absorb that into Jane a little?
As much as I would have loved to work with her because I love her, we didn't get to work together. But thankfully, it was that scene was later on in the process where she had already done her parts, and there was some animation there, so I got to see what it looked like, and so I was recording to picture and hearing her voice in my headphones. It was so helpful because I got to like play off of her energy. It was so much better, I think, to have her in my ears.
It really is such a touching part of the film. So obviously you have tons of experience singing, but was there anything voice technique wise for voicing an animated character that you found surprisingly challenging?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's hard to emote certain things when you can't see. You know, you have to just do it with your voice. So little things like if she was a little bit sad or if she was like questioning or a little skeptical, like you kind of really have to play in on the different areas that your voice goes to, I guess, if that makes sense. So it was hard to emote certain things just with my voice. Because I mean, when you're singing, there's like a couple of emotions that that I can convey, but usually it's like your standard happy, sad, whatever. But like this is like very nuanced. It's very challenging to like make that perfect.
So would you say that you've been bit by the acting bug now? Would you want to maybe move on to a live action role next?
I don't know. I'm still very camera shy, but at the same time, I loved like drama and theater growing up. I was always in theater, so we'll see. I don't know. I do enjoy it, but I have to like get more comfortable, I think.
Let's say someone else out there is about to jump into their very first voice acting role after having this experience. What one major tip would you give them to help them get through it?
Um, I would say don't be shy. Just like if you want to scream a line, just scream it. Just don't be afraid of sounding dumb or looking dumb. Like who cares? Just go for it. Because at the end of the day, it's what the character needs. You know, it's not even about you.
Do you remember the part in this process that first made you do that? Did you have kind of a breakthrough moment where you finally, I don't know, kind of just went for it and acted silly and then you felt good about it going forward?
Yeah, definitely. There were so many times where Chris was like, just ad lib a part here, just say what you feel, and he would just kind of hand off the floor to me, and I just remember like making up stuff and just like screaming and just doing different things, and that was really helpful just to get stuff out because you really just remember that it's not you, you're lending your voice to someone else. And the second you like stop worrying about like looking dumb, then you give so much more.
Well, job well done. I'm glad you were able to jump into it and get silly, because this movie is colorful, vibrant, and it's just wacky in the best sense. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.